Guys, so today I'm just going to share with you how to do your tripod headstand, how to safely enter it, and a few different ways that are available to us in our practice to enter a tripod headstand. For some people, they feel more supported and safer in a tripod headstand. For others, normal headstand where the hands are interlaced at the crown of their head, that feels better. So you just need to see what works better for your body, what feels good, and eventually learn to find comfort and control yourself in and out of both variations. So tripod headstand for me personally is a little bit harder. I learned tripod headstand after I learned my normal headstand. But yeah, once again, just see what works better for you. And then as always, it's always nice to make sure you've warmed up the body through some movement and connected to your breath a little bit before coming to practice a headstand or any inversion, just so that you have that connection that you need to your body and breath. So our normal headstand, where we interlace hands, keep the elbow shoulder width apart, and then tuck the head into the hands and slowly raise up. We are a little bit more supported with the neck, whereas in our tripod headstand, where the hands come to rest 90-degree chaturanga bend into the arms, and then we slowly raise up, the neck isn't as supported. So if we have to go over, our neck's in a little bit more of a vulnerable position. So just keeping that in mind, making sure that you keep that core strong and engaged when practicing tripod headstand, and keep that chin tucked in so that you're not injuring that neck in any way. Okay, so I'm going to walk through the basics of headstand, 4 basic ways to enter it, and then I think 1 or 2 variations and other ways to incorporate it into your practice. Okay, remembering that the wall is always available there for you to use, especially if you are a little bit fearful in your inversions. Use the wall, it's there to help you, and eventually you'll find yourself not needing it. So setting up for our tripod headstand, fingers are spread wide on the mat, arms, hands are shoulder width apart, and then we start to bend the arms, keeping the elbows squeezing into the body, forming a chaturanga bend in the arms, placing the crown of head just in front of the hands, forming a triangle base with the hands and the head. From here we start to lift the hips high, and then we walk the feet as close to our body as we can, making sure that the elbows are still squeezing in, fingers still spread wide. From here, maybe we're going to tuck one knee into the chest, other knee into the chest, and then slowly and controlled, stack hips above shoulders, send feet above hips, engage core, keep chin tucked in towards chest, neck is long, breath is still steady. And then exiting the same way as you came in. Maybe you're going to start feeling stronger, sending one leg high, raising up, exiting the same way. Maybe eventually you're going to build the strength to float both legs up, engage core, tuck tailbone, energy right through to the tips of the toes, and then slowly lowering down. So that is in order of easiness, if that's a word. So the knee tuck in first will be the more easier variation, and then the straight legs will be a little bit harder. Another option is also to just play with bringing one knee onto an elbow, maybe other knee onto the elbow, and then play with engaging the core, suctioning the core in to stack hips above shoulders, and then eventually send the knees and feet high, energy through, core strong, breath steady. Lowering the same way, knees to elbows, slowly feet to mat. So if you do try that, you should feel this really nice suck of the core up and in to lift the knees off the backs of the arms. It's quite a nice sensation, and then sending the legs high. So those are 4 more easier ways to enter your tripod headstand. In all of them, making sure that that chin is tucked, so neck is long, you're breathing, sending energy right through the tips of the toes if you do lift the legs high. Then a fun variation and a way to see how tripod headstand can incorporate into our practice is through a transition from crow to tripod headstand, and then maybe back to crow. I do have a tutorial on this on my IGTV if you are wanting to learn it, but I'm just going to quickly show you what that is. So coming to your crow pose, slowly and controlled, lowering the head, suctioning the thighs into belly, sending the feet high, moving with breath, bringing knees down and transitioning back crow. So a nice way to just play with this as well, the sensation of being on the head, is to just come to crow, lower the head, maybe just hop the knees off the elbows, lower them down, try transition back to crow. So yeah, something nice to play with as well. And then very often in our practice, teachers will say if tripod headstand is in your class, you can float up to it from a wide-legged forward fold. If you've been in a class and you're like, what is this teacher talking about? I'll show you that now. So in your wide-legged forward fold, you'll normally walk the hands back, place the heads, and then very slowly transition up, tripod headstand. The teacher will often cue, if you're in tripod headstand, slowly and controlled, lower down now. All meeting back in our wide-legged forward fold, maybe a halfway lift. So that transition there that I did from the wide-legged forward fold is a little bit harder. My legs were a little bit wider and I was really using my core activation through the thighs to send my feet up. So if you are feeling comfortable in your tripod headstand, maybe starting to play around with that variation too. As I said, the wall is always there to be your friend and support you. And you are capable, you can release the fear. So don't let yourself get caught up in thinking that you can't do this. Just keep practicing and you can. If you have any questions, you can ask me, and I hope this helps you in some way. Thank you.